Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining us on Patreon. This month on Patreon, we're featuring California. It's California Wine Month during September. If you are a fan of Pork Buzz, if you've spent time with us, you know that California wine is very important to us. We love so many of both the classic, the traditional, and even the more esoteric and sort of new wave winemakers that have come out of California in the past, several decades and really years and even centuries for some of these wineries that we've talked about. We've released videos on California this month. We've talked about Ridge, Montebello in a winery profile, the most cool climate Cabernet Sauvignon that you find in California. The winery has been there since the late 1800s. Pretty important stuff. We've done a profile on the Russian River Valley, talking about some of our favorite producers, what you can expect from the climate, the grape varieties, and even the subzones that we do find within the Russian River Valley itself. And we want to do something really fun. Today we're talking about a book. We haven't done so much on Napa Valley yet. You know that we love the Napa Valley. We love how bucolic it is. We love to tell people where to eat, where to drink, what wineries to visit, and we love to hear about your experiences after you've been to the Napa Valley. I recently read this really fantastic book talking about Robert Mondavi, who started his eponymous winery in the 1960s. This is The House of Mondavi, The Rise and Fall of an American Wine Dynasty by Julia Flynn Seiler. I really, really enjoyed this book. It has all of the hallmarks of a page turner. We're talking intrigue, we're talking complex family dynamics and jealousies, we're talking the story of immigration, the American dream. So much is happening in this book, all while set in this incredibly bucolic setting in the Napa Valley. We're watching this valley transform from this kind of remote agricultural area into the world-class wine destination that it really is today. Along the way, the characters that we meet are some of the most important that we do find still in the valley today. We're talking about winemakers who went on to make wine for Chateau Montelena, winemakers who went on to make wine for Gurgitch Hill Estates, all of these incredibly important places that we find as well. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this book is that it also talks about a lot of the business side of wine, which I think is really fascinating for consumers and wine enthusiasts to begin to understand what goes into actually producing these wines. Who grows these grapes? What happens if these growers don't get paid? What happened to these complex relationships between winemakers and growers and purchasing new vineyards and hostile takeovers of wineries or major producers like the Mondavis themselves. So I really found it to be an easy read. I read it within a couple of weeks, even while working. It talks about a lot of the important wine dynasties in other parts of the world too. We talk about the Rothschilds in Bordeaux. We talk about the Frescobaldis in Italy. And if you are a lover of wine in general, if you're a lover of Napa Valley, I really think that you'll take a lot away from reading this book, not just because of the Mondavis and that family story, but really because of the iconic setting that this family has within the world of wine. It's not just about the Mondavis, it's not just about California and Napa Valley. It really has something to do with the entire world. So I think that you'll enjoy it. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.